Today I'm going to be checking out this wall-mounted tool organizer. I was sent this at no cost so I can do the review. Let's go ahead and get it out of the box, see everything it comes with, and then get it installed. Alright, so when you take it out of the box, this is everything that's going to be in there. You're going to have a manual that's going to tell you exactly how to mount this on the wall and how to put all the little hooks on and everything. So everything you need to know is in the manual. Then it comes with all the hardware you're going to need to mount this to sheetrock or into studs or whatever. It's got these screws with the anchors, and it's got two different kinds here, so that's great. And these rails, as you'll see in the manual, they basically mount on the wall. You can, just space them out if you want, or you can put them right next to each other as they go down the wall. And then they have these grooves in them, like you can see here. And what would happen is once you go figure out where you want to put these, then you can get these hooks, hang it over, and then they snap in at the bottom, and then now these hooks are securely put on your wall. Now let's say you want to move that, then you can just come over here, pop the bottom open, there it goes, and you'll notice there's these little rubber tabs down here is what holds it. Then you could just move it to here to adjust it. Do whatever you need to do, adjust them wherever you want, and then you push them down. The main load of it hanging down is here on this groove, and then this metal bend right here that's on these hooks, so it'll hold whatever you're putting there nice and tight. And again, you can move it around if you want. It does look like it comes with 3 of these wall plates here, and then 6 of these hooks, which would basically be 2 hooks per each one of these wall mounts. That is quite a bit of tool holding. I'm going to be using these to hold like rakes and brooms and all that kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and get these things mounted in the garage so you can see just how this all works out. Alright, so here are the rails installed in my garage, and I haven't put all of the screws in because I want to show you something. So the way these screw holes are made or drilled, and the size of these racks, it will line up with your standard US housing specs for framing. So there's a stud, I think it's on 16s, I think it's 16 inches between every stud in your home. And if you put a screw in here and you put one right next to each other like this one will end up in a stud, and this one will end up in a stud. That puts you on a stud for each one if you start one on a stud. And what is important about that is that allows you to have good load bearing on these. Now these are going to go into sheetrock, and you're going to probably want to use an anchor so that way they stay straight and sturdy. But if you're in a stud like this one is, you're going to have a lot more load bearing ability on these than you would if you were just going straight into sheetrock. So I wanted to point that out because they did go in there and line up just that way. So that's very important. So now I'm going to hang some of these hooks and just see how well they do. And this is another thing I wanted to point out. If you put these together like I did here, as you can see, again, I left the screws out on purpose so you can really see this. But there is like a line here where they come together. You can still put the hooks on those. I mean, they're all the same shape. So even if, they come together here, you can still put the hook kind of connecting the two together. I mean, you don't have to. You can just lift it off like that. And as you see, that's where they come together. But you can hook it, anywhere you want to, really. But if you want to keep these kind of in line and together, you can just push them on like that, and they go on great that way too. Again, this came with 6, and I just kind of spaced them out a little bit, and then I put the extra one here on the end just to kind of show you. And now I'm going to put some stuff on it. All right, and there's just some things that I hung up on here. Definitely a cool rack system. I think I'm going to get me a lot more of these because they're very versatile. You can move those hooks around, use it for all kinds of things. I still have tons of stuff that I can hang up there. Of course, I'm going to try to compact this more and fit it in better, but I just did this so you can kind of see it on the video. But yeah, they seem to be fine too. They hold up really well, pretty strong. Don't see them being any issue. Hope this information was helpful. Thank y'all very much for watching. Take care.